Hey everybody, RC here. In just a couple of months, we've gone from the Trump administration wanting to deport dangerous criminals out of our country to deporting U.S. citizens and children. And I don't know about you, but you kind of just get paralyzed with all of this kind of stuff, and you're like, what can you do? What can you work on? And you just kind of sit in this fog. And then I saw this speech by JB Pritzker.
Remember, Trump just last week arrested and deported 3 children under 8 years old, all U.S. citizens, all of them. And I understand the tendency to give in to despair right now, but despair is an indulgence that we cannot afford in the times upon which history turns. Never before in my life have I called for mass protests, for mobilization, for disruption, but I am now. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. They have to understand that we will fight their cruelty with every megaphone and microphone that we have. We must castigate them on the soapbox and then punish them at the ballot box.
You know what? He's right, right? If it's not us, then who? And we need to find a way to be able to mobilize and kind of keep people accountable. And so to that end, I've been working on some sites, and I wanted to be able to relaunch this site to see if you'll help in part of the process. So the site is the DEI Community Engagement Reporter, or DEICER for short. See what I did there? The deicer.org website is a place where you can have a bunch of different resources for immigrants to be able to know their rights. But I wanted to bring one specific thing that I think that you can help with. So when you go to the DEICER site, you're now going to see a community map, right, of your area, and you can mark one of 2 pins. The first pin is an observer pin. So imagine if you're at a location and you want to be able to activate yourself as an observer and click on a pin. Now you can mark yourself as an observer, and you have the option to be able to say, hey, listen, you can come here, but I'm actively watching. That's going to be a deterrent for individuals. The more pins that we have in an area, the more we can show people, look, we're on the lookout for that. So I think that that's one thing. But then the second thing is the ICE pin. So imagine if you're on the site and somebody sees ICE activity. You can click on the add mark and select ICE. So once you mark that pin, an alert is going to be sent out to all users that are using the app within a specific radius to let people know, look, there's ICE in your area. Once you have that information, what could you do? Well, maybe you can go and share the Constitution. Ask them if they are familiar with some of the different amendments there for the Bill of Rights. Perhaps you might want to just offer suggestions or offer some help, like what's the best taco location? Perhaps you want to sit with a moment of prayer. What if we just encircle these individuals with thoughtful, respectful protest? Having that ability to be able to see that, I think, can help all of us, right? We can all get activated in using this. And the site does a bunch of other stuff too. And all of this information is available in English, Spanish, Hindi, Arabic, and Chinese. All of that stuff sits under this one app, and it's completely free to use. You don't have to sign in or register anything that's there. I've been working it on my own and funding it on my own. I wanted to be able to create a site that was free for people to use and not to have to pay for. However, if you do know somebody that would want to donate to the project, or if you know somebody that would want to fund the project, there's a donate button all the way at the bottom. Not necessary, though. I think it's time for us to kind of take Pritzker's lead and say, why not us? Why not us be on the lookout? Go to deicer.org, share this video, share it with your friends, share the website with your friends, and let's get into this fight. Let's start observing what's happening in our area, mobilizing, and holding people accountable.